I'm recording this for hospital records. I have a few questions for you. I just want you to answer them honestly. You won't be punished for anything you say. I need you to tell me in your own words what happened at the nursing home.
I killed a man.
So we're here with Trevor Juenger. You are a director, a writer. Your wife is also a producer. What are you allowed to tell us about this particular feature?
So I think the less you know, the better off you are.
He was old and didn't want to live anymore. I waited until he was sleeping and I burned him alive. You were right to lock me up.
Do you know what happens to pretty young girls who can't wake up on their own?
You want to know what's really sick, though? That moment was the most alive I've ever felt. The old man follows me everywhere. He followed me here.
There's a lot of like twists and turns in it. Whatever you go in expecting, it's going to be different than what you expect. There's a lot of setups there and stuff, but where it goes is in a completely different direction. That's always been like my love of film, is just to kind of subvert your expectations. So you think you're getting one thing and you're getting something completely different. I get the Lynch comparisons and stuff, and that tends to be what, you know, if you make a weird movie, people are like, it's like David Lynch. And I sort of want to back away from that, but I do love David Lynch.
Take it as a compliment.
I do. I absolutely do. Originally intended to be like a novel, like, I'll just start in script writing format. And then I got kind of attached to the idea of this is like a movie and like a visual medium and stuff.
Where was that filmed at?
All over the place. So Missouri, all over Missouri, a few places in Illinois, Indiana. We did some post work in Michigan, South Carolina, Kansas, pretty much the entirety of the Midwest we handled, and then a little bit out on the coast. We went out to a place near Kansas City. I can't remember the name of the town. I should know that, but it's this really nice mansion. We rented it, and it looks great. And it doubles as like a B&B. So we were like, okay, we can stay in these rooms and stuff at the same time. But I had no idea how many like crew members would be there and how many cast members would be there. So those rooms were gone like in an instant for cast. So all of the crew members are just sleeping out in the hallways. And like the owner came up and like kicked us to wake us up because she thought we were like hobos sleeping in her hallway. And then she realized it was me and didn't want to yell at me, but oh man, she was not happy because that's like a super nice place and stuff, and we're just in like sleeping bags. I think I just had like my shirt off and like over my head just trying to sleep out there. You do what you have to do to make the film.
How do you feel? Practical effects, special effects, or are you more of a middle ground, a little bit of room for everything?
So my philosophy is always practical when you can do practical as much as possible. And then you usually enhance those practicals with visual effects, right? So we have practical makeup and stuff, but when it's like a big bunch of silicone, you know, and you can see those like edges, and no matter what you do, you can still see the edges a little bit. If you can clean that up with visual effects, that's great. Some things like particle effects, I think, help to beat visual effects. If you can actually get some particles to move how you want them to, awesome. And if you like that little bit of chaos, like we have, you know, the little dust in the sun kind of stuff. We did that over and over again. We just like knocked out dust into the light rays, and that looks nice and stuff. But then we have something that needed very particular particles moving in a certain direction. When you get in that sort of area, then visual effect is cool.
What advice would you give to them just starting off, something that you didn't realize at the time that's very important that you can impart to them and kind of, you know, lead them down and make things a little bit easier for them? What would you impart to them?
I'd be ambitious. I'd try to do something ambitious and try to finish it, you know. As much as ambitious projects are very difficult to pull off. I think that it's inspiring to try to do something new and unique and something that you're really inspired by, to have something that you're proud of and can exhibit to people and really kind of affirm in yourself that you're a filmmaker and this is what you do. The other thing I would say is, as soon as you start making films, you are a filmmaker. You're not an aspiring filmmaker. You're not a wannabe filmmaker. People will call you that and stuff, but you are a filmmaker. You're if you make a film, that's what you are, and own it. Be that. I think that that helped me a lot and made me feel a little bit better at the end of the day.
From a lot of the people that you hear in the industry, you hear that this is often referred to as a labor of love. What has been your experience, your number one thing that you're like, this is what I live for. This is why I make movies.
It's I think it has been like a natural progression for me. I think like I've made movies since I was a little kid with like a VHS camcorder and stuff, little crude animations. And it's really like the only way that I know to express myself. It's what I feel comfortable with. I've tried to do other forms of art, but it never really works out that well for me. So yeah, I mean, it is a labor of love. They all are. They have to be, because you don't really make much money off of them. But yeah, it's just what I've always done, and it's what we've always done and will always do.
Trevor Juenger, thank you very much for coming on the show here and doing this Q&A interview with us. It's been a lot of fun, very educational. Looking forward to your new project. And that opens up exactly when? When is the showtime?
I think it's the 26th. Yeah, so it's the 26th of March. So 1 week from the day that we're filming this. I'm not sure when it is from when it's published, but yeah, March 26th at the
March 26th.
historic Howell Theater.